Hello, hello. Welcome to Ask Beverly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a great Tuesday night. Welcome to Ask Beverly Real Estate Talk Tuesday. We have some things to discuss. I'm so sorry, my reading glasses are so what's the word? Reflective. So why don't we do that tonight? Let's be reflective. I welcome you to this show. If you have any questions, if you could say hello, where you're viewing from, and please place a question, something that you've always wanted to ask a real estate agent. I'm willing to take your questions tonight. But while you're thinking of a question, I am going to locate the show and send it to my real estate page. Maybe one day I'll post from my real estate page. But welcome, and sorry for the reflection in these reading glasses. You got your question ready? I'm ready for your question. How are you doing? To anybody that's watching, how are you doing? I'm going to, hey, I found it. I have never found it that quick before. My. That is wonderful. Good evening, Evangelist Stife Hamilton. How are you? If you're still there. God bless everybody for coming in. If you have a question, thank you for the thumbs up. If you have a question, I am ready to talk. I have some things to talk about first as well. You don't always start out with what are the going interest rates. Interest rates are trying to move. They're trying, but they're up just a little bit. But let me tell you what they are. Let me tell you what the going interest rates are. Conventional 30-year mortgage rates are hovering just over 3%, 3.06. Those are averages. The 15-year mortgage rate is 2.57. They're saying that's no change from last week. And for those who are buying those $1 million homes, your jumbo mortgage rate is 3.11. And the 30-year mortgage refinance rate is 3.19. You know what? Can we really complain about these interest rates? We really cannot. These are gorgeous rates. Are you a homeowner? So that's a question for you tonight. It still hasn't come up yet, though. It's doing its best. If you have a question, I would love to hear you ask a question because I already have set forth of what I want to talk about. And so, I have a question for you. Have you ever been a real estate or any real estate agents watching? There's my sister Renee. Hello, you have a question about real estate tonight? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining tonight. And I got to remind myself I'm not on my building ambassador show because I was just about to say hallelujah, but I did it anyway because I am a Christian girl. So tonight I wanted to talk about ethics, the real estate agent ethics. You say that is so boring, but I did have a couple of funny stories to tell. I really did. So which do y'all want, serious first or do y'all want to laugh first? Which one do you want? Somebody tell me which one they want. Oh, that's my sister. Thank you for the compliment. I'll take it and I will run with it. I've been doing real estate now for 20 years. Next year will be 21 years. You want to laugh first? Okay, so since my sister said she wanted to laugh first. Okay, so my very first year in real estate. My very first year, I was working with a big, nice, handsome firefighter. I remember his name. I cannot tell you his name. Welcome, Larry. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm telling a funny part of my real estate life first. My sister says she wants to laugh first. So we're going to do serious and then we're going to do funny. But she says we're going to do funny first. So I was showing this firefighter, big guy, my first ever deal, my first deal, 1995, my first deal, real estate in Maryland. Just got my license, and this nice, kind firefighter. I don't even know how I got that nice, kind firefighter as a client. Brand spanking new real estate agent. So we were shopping for homes, shopping. We just went around and around trying to find that perfect home for this firefighter. DC firefighter wanted to live in Maryland. So here's the funny part. What's the fire for? What's the fire for, Renee? What's the fire for? Okay, so you talk about the firefighter? Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. So anyway, we were in Lanham. I could tell you the street. I'm not going to say the street. All I'm going to tell you is that we were in Lanham, Maryland. And so we went to the house. I opened the box, at that time, I don't remember what system it was. Renee, stop it. We're talking about real estate. Hello, Anita. Hello, Mark Batups. How are you? I'm telling funny stories about real estate. And my sister she keeps interrupting about the firefighter who was my first client. DC firefighter. So we got to this house in Lanham, and I opened the door. This is for real. I am not telling you a story. This is for real. Both of us, he and I and he, however the English you want to do today, walked into that home. We both stopped dead in our tracks because there was an image, an entity. Hello, Anita. There was an entity sitting in the middle of the floor, just doing something like that. We stopped. He said it first, so that lets you know I am not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He says, do you see what I am seeing? I'm telling you, this is a firefighter who goes into many houses, buildings, saving people. He says, do you see what I see? I say, yes, I see what you see. It was a goblin, a ghost, or whatever sitting in the middle of the floor having a temper tantrum. And he says, we best to get up out of here. We got out in a hurry. We ran up out of that house, a big firefighter down. We both saw what we saw. I'm telling you, we saw what we saw. We ran up out of that house. Look, this is the month of Halloween. We ran up out of that house. I locked the door. They said they can have that. They can have that house. What's your question, Juanita? I was showing my very first client in 1995. Welcome, Christina. Family. Hello, family. I was showing my very first house. You would think that I would not have showed another house since then. But there was a ghost, goblin, or something sitting in the middle of that floor. House in Lanham. So y'all agents out there. So you do know, Renee says ghost. I'm telling you, that big firefighter saw exactly what I saw. And it was time to leave the premises. And guess what? He wasn't trying to save anybody that day. He wasn't trying to save the house as well. It was bye-bye. You need a Ghostbuster. Renee, you are funny. You are funny, Renee. That's SmackDown Vera, y'all, on my other show that is going to come back. What's going on? SmackDown Vera in the house. You know, those tired Cowboys, they won some kind of way. And don't turn this into no sports show. I just said what I said. just to get a laugh off Vera Renee Till. Smack down Vera in the house. So that was one of my funny stories. And I think that was the biggest one. Oh, I have another one. Now, Juanita, have you ever had that client that took her children along, or maybe one child along? And I was going from house to house. And this lady, we were in DC, because by the way, I have a license. Don't try it, Renee. I have a license in DC and Maryland. And this client brought her 9-year-old son along with her. We went from house to house to house, and she followed me in her car. But she would like the house when we were in the house. We would go to the next house. I said, you really like that house? Oh, I want to write a contract on that house. We would get to the next house. I'm number one in the division. Thank you. We would go to the next house. Oh, you know what? I don't want to write a contract on that house. I don't like that house. I said, oh, I thought you liked that house. So we would go to the next house. Oh, I want to write a contract on that house. Then we would get to the next house because, I just wanted to show her everything. She would say, oh, I don't like that house. She was allowing her son to tell her which house it was going to be, a 9-year-old. So these are the things that we agents have to go through to get you, the client, a house. We have to go through children and ghosts. Children and ghosts. And by the way, Bill, I'm not going to give you his last name, Bill did buy a house. The perfect house. You've had that experience too, Juanita? That is our friendly neighborhood agent, Juanita Winky Kennedy from Exit Realty. And when I become a broker and when she becomes a broker, we'll be having our own names. Because that's our next step right there. And you're going to join one of our companies. Come on, y'all, be a real estate agent. But was that enough funny for you, Renee? Was that enough funny? Share it with somebody. Or, you don't even have to share it. Like it and tag it. Because we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to have some fun tonight. All right. So I wanted to talk about, and this is the boring part. I hope this part doesn't bore you, but it shouldn't bore you because please tell me, what do you expect? Those that are watching, what do you expect out of a real estate agent? Tell me, could you put that down there? What do you expect from a real estate agent that will serve you? What do you expect? All right, Renee, somebody else is watching. What do you expect from me as your real estate agent? Or if you do not choose me, what do you expect from an agent? What type of service do you expect from an agent? Did I get a response? Knowledgeable and persistent. Now, someone gave me a chance back in 1995, my very first. Was I knowledgeable? I passed the real estate exam. Was I persistent? Yes. The ghost story did not keep me from visiting other houses and other potential houses with the threat of a ghost in the house. So I am way more knowledgeable now. Me and Juanita are very knowledgeable now in the real estate. And that's why I'm on here tonight. My mission for the rest of my career is to educate buyers. That's my main goal. Number 2 is to help sellers as well, to get them the best price and make their house the best marketable, and I won't put their house in the best marketable condition, but I will advise the seller on how to put their house in the best marketable position. Right, Vera Renee Till, hint, 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 hint. So I asked the question, maybe there's not that many. What else do you expect while I move my page? What else are you expecting, Renee? What else are you expecting from an agent? So this is what I had a class today. And I said, I really want to share this for others to come back and view this. The duties to clients and customers. Many times, and I'm not talking about any particular agents out there, but I feel that we have a duty to represent the real estate market well as agents. I really do. Duties to clients and customers. That means we are expected to treat a client in a certain way and a customer in a certain way. And there's a difference. Sometimes we use the words interchangeably, but there is a difference between clients and customers. Clients are the ones that we have put it in writing. It is in writing that I work for you. You are my client, and you are due a certain amount of care, obedience, accountability, loyalty, all of that. It's not just, I just treat them any old kind of way. No. And customers are expected to be treated fairly. And sometimes, I'm just saying, I don't know every agent's heart. We need to go back to the basics. I believe that certain agents are in this business that don't need to be in this business. We need to know the code of ethics, and I'm going to share parts of it tonight because I want you to be educated. Okay, so Renee says patient, ability to move quickly, contractually, and fairly. So that's a mouthful, Renee Till. That's a mouthful. Okay, so time is of the essence. I'll get back to the ethics. Yes. But what you said about moving quickly, we expect that from the buyer and seller as well. Because I was working with someone about 2 months ago, and he was on his own time schedule and own timeline. And I was getting like, oh, Lord, this man going to get me in trouble, because we are expected to adhere to the dates and dates on that contract. So I'm going to move expeditiously for sure, because my job is to protect that earnest money deposit and my client, especially if I'm on the buyer's side. So I expect the buyer to be moving right along with me based upon what the contract says. If the home inspection's got to be done in 7 days, I expect to have that home inspection done and a response back to the seller, if I'm on the buyer's side, to go back to the seller within that 7 days. Not on the 8th day, because on the 8th day, the listing agent can say, I don't care what you want, you missed it. So it's not just on our side, because I can tell you some stories about the buyers. I didn't really want to talk about the buyers. I could tell you some stories, more stories about buyers. They expect, okay, so let's go there, Juanita. Buyers, and sellers expect a whole lot out of us. But it's not sometimes the same in return. The expectation of what the buyer or the seller should be doing, their expectation is low in what they have to do and what they need to respond to, especially sometime on the listing side, and they have a house that needs so many repairs and they don't want to do anything, but they want all this money and do hardly any repairs. So yes, expectation is on all sides. If we would all just work together, can we just all get along? Y'all remember that? Can we all just get along? So one of the things as far as ethics I wanted to bring out. All right, agents, I'm talking to y'all, and this is what the buyers and sellers, was mainly the seller, I'm talking about listing. Realtors, in attempting to secure a listing, shall not deliberately mislead the owner as to market value. Okay, I'm going to look straight in the camera on this one right here. I'm going to look right in the camera. A couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, I talked about those fast cash buyers. Rodney King. I talked about those fast cash buyers, the ones that know your house is worth 300. But because you want fast cash, they're only going to give you 70 cents on the dollar. The house could be paid for, but because you want cash in 7 days, they're not going to give you the 300,000. They're going to give you about 210. And if the house is busted up and at that $300,000 value, they're going to give you even lower, because they're going to say, oh, well, it's not even worth 210. So, but a real estate agent is supposed to tell you the actual market possibility or the guesstimate or estimate of that value. So agents don't want you to know that. Some agents, anyway. They're supposed to tell you what the value is. But why do we, as customers and clients, stick our head in the sand and don't want to deal correctly or forthrightly? What's the word I'm looking for? Even for yourself. Why is it too much to ask an agent, especially with the fast cash buyers? I'm saying ask an agent for the value for my home. Show me value. But we'll take a fast cash buyer, and agents that are doing this, so throw mud later. Agents that are doing this, that are not helping you see the true market value, out of order. Out of order. Not right. You're supposed to know the true market value. You cannot mislead anybody in what the real value means. So getting back to what a client means. A client means the persons or entities with whom a realtor or the realtor's firm has an agency or legally recognized non-agency relationship. Customer means a party to a real estate transaction who receives information and services, but there's no contractual relationship. So do you see the difference? Everybody say, oh, that's my client. Is it in writing that you are the client? Is it in writing that they have a fiduciary responsibility to you? A customer means I'm just going to treat you fairly. There is no relationship. There's no fiduciary responsibility to a customer. I have to just treat you fairly. If you want some information, you call me up. Oh, that house is going for $350,000. There is no relationship. There's no client. You are not my client just because you call me. You're not my client just because you invite me to your home to tell you what the price of the house could go for. Until we put it in writing, we have not established a client-agent relationship. You probably say, Beverly, that's so boring. No, it really isn't. It really isn't. Here's another one. Realtors, when seeking to become a buyer-tenant representative, shall not mislead buyers or tenants as to savings or other benefits that might be realized through the use of realtor services. Basically, what that is saying is that I can't promise you, oh, you're going to save all this money. Or you're going to save money on your taxes. Here's another real estate agent. This is a real estate agent party. Come on in. Claudette Alvina Proctor. Juanita, that's my sister. Another agent. Claudette Alvina Proctor. Meeting and greetings. So we're talking real estate agent tonight. You cannot mislead the buyer thinking that you are an accountant, an investor. I'm going to show you how you can make millions of dollars. Just trust me. We can't do that. We cannot do that just to get a sale. You got agents of Maryland and DC, I'm speaking to you. You got to get over just making a sale. You got to get over that. Because I like people. I like clients. I like customers. And I have clients calling me back from 12, 13, 14 years ago. But you won't have that if you mislead people and you mistreat people. But okay, agents that are listening, why do buyers and sellers, you try to present yourself, you try to present ethics, an ethical person, but they always, for some reason, go to that fast talking. And you know what? Y'all gonna say, oh, Beverly's slamming agents. No, I'm gonna be a broker one day. And so I might be in the business right now hiring some agents. Or come on, be an agent. Come on to the side of Juanita or Beverly or Claudette. I want to represent the market, the DC and the Maryland market well. Hello, cousin beautiful. You too. How are you? I'm talking real estate tonight. I'm talking real estate agents as well, mostly. That we are supposed to be ethical people. And I was just saying we need to get over the paycheck. Yes, we love the paycheck. And sometimes, I have clients, they think that, oh, that's all you want. I try to represent that, look, I expect to get paid for what I do. But guess who's making the more of a better situation for themselves down the road? You are the buyer, the seller. The seller's getting their paycheck. I got my paycheck. And the buyer, yes, you brought some money to the table, but in the long run, buyer, will you make out very well as you move along through the years of paying your mortgage on time? That's if you hang in there. Now, sometimes things happen and you fall off or you can't make the mortgage payment, lost a job. And I understand that. But in the long run, like I had this one young lady, she bought this small little 2-bedroom house. She bought it for like $180,000 or $190,000. 4 or 5 years later, she came back to me. She sold it for $250,000 or whatever. She cleared about $45,000. Now, my question to those who don't want to buy a house or it's just too much trouble, will you save $45,000, $50,000 in that 5 years? She took her money down to Florida. So, I mean, she could go to Florida with some cash. And we all know going down to Florida to the south, it is cheaper to purchase. But we get stuck living in an apartment because I got my apartment, I got my nice furniture, I got my $800 per month car note, and my rent is $1,500. Thank you, ladies. That's my goal. When the market fell, so I'm talking to investors and real estate agents tonight, but I invite everybody. When the market fell in 2008 and a little bit even past that, right about 2007, it was falling. 2008, I was getting phone calls. People were getting thrown out of their homes because, well, this was about 2006 or 7. I'll go back a little bit further. Because people were being put out their homes because the present owner wanted to make money off of that booming market. And so I had this one lady to call me. And this is where I don't want you to be renter. I don't want you to be here. She had 3 ADDH children, adult children, and they were putting her out. I won't say putting her out, but they gave her proper 30-day notice. But she had nowhere to go. She was only paying $900 per month. I couldn't find any 3-bedroom for no $900 a month. So my goal and Juanita's goal and Claudette's goal is to make you a homeowner so no one can control your destiny. No one can control your when you become aged and you need somewhere to live past the home. You got a home, hopefully that's paid for, that can pay for your assisted living or can pay for something or pay for you moving down to Florida. I said, I never want to see that again. I could not help that lady. I could not help her. $900 a month. We get so set on low rent or using the system, or it's not going to work out well for you. I see it. People looking for rent for 3-bedroom for $1,500. Where? In this DC, Maryland, Virginia area. I'm talking a metropolitan area. Maybe down in Richmond, you can find something for $1,400, $1,500, but not up here. It is over. It is over. It's over in this area. Welcome, cousin Michael Freeman. Welcome. So those of us that are in the real estate field, is it just for the paycheck? Is it just for you becoming a millionaire? Is it just for you to stand above everybody? Not for me. I love the paycheck, but I feel in the rest of my career, because I've been doing this for 20 years, that I want to help people to see that they are going to get old. You are going to get older. And we should have a plan for our family. We should be talking to our 15 and 20-year-olds. Oh, and giving them a deadline. You will be a homeowner by the age of 25. And you as the parent need to be giving them the money. Giving them a step up. And we should be educating everyone that we know. But in the Maryland, PG County area, that's where I'm going to jump to next, Juanita and Claudette. They said Black home ownership has been going down since 2012. It's just dipping. It's going lower and lower and lower. You know why? Because when that market fell in 2008, a lot of people lost their homes. A lot of people. So guess what? When you fall off the horse, get back up and get back on and get on down the road. Don't say, oh, well, you know what? I'll never do that again. Circumstances, things happen in life. We have to be courageous. Meeting fear, meeting pain, and being uncomfortable. You got to meet that sometimes in life. But you can't have your family outdoors. You can't have your family outdoors. One thing I can say, okay, let's go back a little bit. I was a property manager. I could get you out. I could evict you in 2.5 months. You didn't pay that rent, sued you. You didn't pay the rent, sued you. I had you out in 2.5 months. Now, if you have a mortgage, they're not going to get you out in 2.5 months if something happens to you. You lose a job, you get a divorce, something happens. It won't be 2.5 months, but you'd rather be in an apartment and do the 2.5 month thing when things go down. Buy yourself a home. Do not rent forever. I remember back in, I forgot what year it was. I helped this guy. He was 59 years old. His first time ever buying a home. He was scared. He was so scared. But I helped him I walked him through it. Juanita, I helped him through it. So my sister, who's a real estate agent, Claudette Avina Proctor, she got a whole name up there, teaching them to keep their credit in good standing. Yeah. So tell me, what are they buying? What are they buying? Write it in the comments. What are they buying that's more important than buying a house? Put it in the comments. What are they buying? They buying that 2020 Porsche 4-door. I would buy one too. What are you buying? Tell me, what are your clients buying that puts them out of the approval? Shoes. You got 50 pair of shoes that are worth $300 a piece. How much is that? $15,000. There's your down payment right there. The focus is off. I've got to look good. I've got to smell good. I got to be the top person going down the road. I got a $1,500 car note payment. I only got $400 in the bank. What is that going to get you? The Michael, let me go back to Tamika. Come on now. Michael Kors. How about this? The newest, hottest thing is the Yves Saint Laurent purse, $2,500. And you only got $2 in the bank, and because you can't make the credit card payment. Clothes and cars. So we got some agents on here tonight that want to try to talk to y'all people. So I'm saying we got to do our job. Be ethical. Take those ethics classes, agents. Be ethical. Let's speak up about the real matter at hand. Our people, I'm talking about Black people right now, because I work in PG County. I live in PG County. So I'm talking about PG County. That's what I'm talking about right now. Why aren't you buying? Why aren't you buying? There are too many programs out here for you not to buy. And like my sister said, who's not an agent, how about you work on that credit? How about you work on that credit? There's my cousin saying the need for instant gratification. You know what, Michael? Once you get that $750 car note and you pay it for about 3-4 months, 5 months, it's old now. Got some thumbs up on that now. Instant gratification, right? But when that payment comes looking at you and you sit in see, I've been a property manager, and so I know what I'm talking about. I told one man, we're going to get to it. Oh, by God, Louis Vuitton. I told one guy who called me up and said, Miss Goodwin, I can't pay the rent this month. I said, well, what happened? He said, I had to buy a car because I needed to do blah, blah, blah. I asked him, y'all going to say I'm being mean. I said, can your furniture fit in your car? That's what I asked him, and then sued him. Can your furniture fit in your car? Will you be sleeping in your car? And that Louis Vuitton, I have no idea how much it costs because I don't even look for it. I don't. Y'all will have to tell me how much it is. Like this, love it, share it. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Credit score. Tamiko. Those credit scores be $499. $499. This is not a sale. I don't want a $499. This is not a sale. I told you we was going to have some fun tonight. We want some $7.99s. Can we bring it up a little? How about making that instant gratification? Paying your bills on time. Woo, that felt so good. My, I paid that bill on time. Oh, that felt so good. I paid my rent on time because they want to see that history. Oh, I paid my car note on time. I paid that credit card. I have a $10,000 limit and it's only got $50 on it. Only $50. Because I want a home. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Pay it on time. That's the new instant gratification. I pay my bills on time. How about that? I'm still working on some taxes, but I'm paying them. Instant gratification. Woo, that felt so good. Is that how y'all feel when y'all pay your bills? That's how I feel. Because you know what? I thank God that I have the wherewithal to pay my bills on time. We got to tell folks. We got to tell folks. These glasses getting on my the reflection is hitting me. We got to tell folks to pay their bills on time. Juanita, Claudette, because they're not going to have anything. They're going to turn 75 years old with a hand out. Who can I live with? Who's going to take care of me? That should not be. You should be able to live up in your own house until you die. Or they can bring hospice in your house. However, why should it have to be a burden on anybody? I don't want to be a burden on my family or my kids. I want to be able to sit right up in my house and say goodbye. Is that too much to ask? The Bible says it's a good man that leaves an inheritance for his children and his children's children. You're going to get a scripture tonight. Thank you. Just say thank you. You got a scripture tonight. But I've seen a lot of people leave. They say, well, I ain't leaving them nothing. They got to do it on their own. They better get whatever they can get. That is not of God. That is not. Not of God. So y'all, on my other show, I fuss too, on my other show. You know what? Because we just need to do right. Where's that do right spirit? Where is it? Where's our caring spirit? For those who just want their children to just languish and just don't know what to do. We have to be leaders. We have to be leaders. We can't just be takers, agents. We just can't be takers. We should be providing education. When I used to do home buying seminars, every other week, 5 people would show up. 5 people. 5 people. So tonight I'm challenging the agents to be ethical, to have a caring spirit, to educate however they can, however you can, to educate others. Yes, we do make a nice little piece of change from the deal, but you, buyer, will make the bigger change in the by and by. Because waiting for someone to give you a handout, that is not me. I don't do that. I'm not waiting for nobody to give me a handout. I'm going to step up on my own with the help of God. With the help of God. You can do it. You can do it. You can have a home. One of my nephews paid off something. He stuck to it. He used every paycheck to pay it off, pay it off, pay it off. I commend him so he could buy a home. There's too many agents in our family for our nieces and nephews not to own. I congratulate him. And we need to take these younger people. We need to take these younger people and use them as examples. My nephews, the ones that want to buy are going to buy. My son just bought. Use them as examples. You can do it. We can do it. We can help the next generation. If the ones in the 50s and 60s and 70s don't want it, let's work on the next generation or 2 generations down. Let's start speaking it in their ear gate. Let's stop this apartment thing. Oh, I'm going to help you, baby, find an apartment. Yeah, but when you're telling them that, they already know that there's a game plan after the apartment, 2-3 years. And guess what? Mom and them or whoever is going to help them with the down payment if they need it. When my son bought his first home, I gave him my whole commission check when he lived in Virginia. That's right, Tamiko. Or own together. I have a client that's about to do that now. They're going in it together. But we don't want, why'd you bring that up, Tamiko? Why you do that? You know we don't like living with nobody. You know we want to pay the whole $1,500 by ourselves. Why am I going to save some money? Why am I going to share the bill with somebody else? Now, come on, Tamiko. That doesn't sound like much sense. Okay, I'm being good. I'm giving myself one more minute to talk. Any questions? Do you have any questions? Because I can talk. I can stand up on this little box and keep on going. Do you have a question? Anybody out there have a question? Credit, minimum 640 for many programs, 640. 640. And by the way, it's still a seller's market. I'm trying to buy right now. I'm putting an offer in tonight. Love you too. Y'all pray. No, would y'all really pray for my deal to go through tonight? Come on, y'all. Don't be hating. I don't need no haters out there. So I'm having just as a hard time as everybody else to get a place. But that's what's going on. But we shall get through this. Save your money, people. Raise your credit score up, preferably over 700, preferably. And get yourself a house. Agents of the Most High God, thank y'all for watching tonight. I love what I do when it comes to real estate. It's my passion. And guess what? I will be doing this until I'm 80. So I got a few more years to go. So y'all don't be trying not to use me because I'm old. But right now, I still got a little ways to go. Thank you, Juanita. Thank you, Tamika. In Jesus' name, it is done. It is done. I am waiting. I am waiting. But thank you for joining. I just wanted to have a little fun tonight, and I wanted to talk about agents having some ethics and us really, really caring about our clients, not just pushing them into anything, but getting them to the point where, you know, they are share the deal with their family. All right? That they will share the upward, go upward, not backwards. Okay, you lost your house, you cried over it for 3 years. Now get back to owning your own home. You can do it. We got great loan officers out there. We got great agents like Juanita and Claudette. Call them. I'm out there too, but call them. All right, y'all take care. I've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for y'all teaming up with me. I appreciate it so much. I'll try not to be. Juanita says I'm not old. Thank y'all. Like it, love it, and share it. Talk to y'all later.